Okay, man, you can go ahead and hit record, man, because all this extra conversation is good shit too.
Hey, it's Kellen, and yes, I'm in the shadow right now. That's just the way the mood has gone, because this is going to be a different type of interview, y'all. I have Smoove J. Charles. That's the name that I want you to put in your YouTube and Google. This man, this is a friend of mine, and I found out about him through his detailing company, because he has a great detailing company in the Pacific Northwest, Snohomish County to Seattle, to wherever you need him to go. He can get a team out there to detail your car at your office, at your home. He's also an artist of many sorts, not just music, not just clothing, fashion. You'll see the posters in the background, but also he can do the 3D printing. So he's a man multifaceted. I'm not going to tell you guys everything he does, and we're not going to give you a game overload, but I want you to get your pen, your pad, rewind, like, and share. And if you have kids around, just listen to it first, because you never know what will come out of, Smoove J. Charles and him giving the game. Welcome, Charlie. I'm going to call you,
Hey, man, man, because definitely parental advisory, because it's explicit game.
Man, and so now and that's also going to be labeled in the thing, so you can't say you didn't know, so you can get your little ones out, because they might, their head will blow up if they get it too soon. But I'm glad we've been trying to do this since I was in Seattle, and then we couldn't just get the things together. But can you tell the people, in case I missed the business, what else you do, and how did you come about to get to do all these different things?
What I do? Okay, well, man, I'll put it like this. I do a little bit of everything to do with audio and visual. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you could think of, the graphic design, the video, and like you said, I'm getting into the apparel. I'm an artist, all that. Oh, and by the way, these ain't posters. They're actually canvas prints. And yes, you can get one if you would like one, man. Just, look me up and hit me up, you know what I mean? And we can line it up, you know what I mean? But so I do all of that, man. Everything audio, man, DJ, artist, producer, writer, engineer, so that's in a nutshell. I also had an auto detailing business, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, everything's lovely, man. I'm working on a nonprofit for the youth and for just everybody, just to get everybody in a positive direction. You know what I'm saying? So I got the nonprofit, and yeah, man, just doing it how it go.
Okay, and I'm gonna just boast a little more, if I can get and tell your business. He's not just a business person. He's also a father. He's also taking in children that aren't necessarily biologically his. And I don't want to go into the full details, because that's not necessary. But I want you to know that some of y'all will say, well, he does all that because, he's a single man. But he is the single father. And I've seen it, for myself. And so I just want to say, we got to take this propaganda that they try to throw sometimes, that, oh, men, and especially black men, don't take care of their kids. Nah, they do that and run businesses. So applause. If I had the applause button and the hooray and all that, but you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So I know you don't need all that, but with doing that, how did you get, make your bones in this? Because coming up, people would probably tell you, hey, why can't you stick to one thing? Or you should stick with one thing. And how did you make it work where you can do various things?
Well, it's all about what's in you. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's just everything audio, visual. That's what I've been into You know what I'm saying? Shit. So knee high to a grasshopper. You dig what I'm saying? And ever since I heard music, I've always been in love with visuals, the artistry, and stuff like that. I've always loved that stuff, and always messed around drawing uh, and playing around with music. You know what I'm saying? So for me to get into all of that stuff is really, I've been blessed to continue with my dreams. You dig what I'm saying? A lot of times, you know what I'm saying, we grow up and be like, okay, we gotta get a job. You know what I'm saying? And you know, be grown up now. We can't do the little kid. You know, we can't have the dreams that we had. You know what I'm saying, when we was younger. You dig what I'm saying? But me, I just pretty much continued on with it.
And what did it take to be able to do all those things? Like, was it did you have to win at one thing and then say, okay, I can transfer over and do something else? Or did you just take on every task? Like, you know, I would say like a true hustler is just, oh, if you give me a problem, I'm gonna find a solution. If you give me $1, I'll show how to make 2. So what was the process like for you, and how long did it take till you said, I don't need a job, I don't want a job?
Right. Well, I had a, you know, I did have a job for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was a process and a transition to you know, lose the job and really just work for myself. You know what I'm saying? Start my businesses and work for myself. You dig what I'm saying? How did it happen? Okay, so I was working retail. You know what I'm saying? Safeway, the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? All that, and man, try to be grown up and take care of my responsibilities and everything like that. And the whole time though, I still do my dream and my, you know what I'm saying, as far as like my music, my art, you know what I'm saying? I do more music than art. Well, it just depends, you know what I'm saying, on the season and what's going on. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? So the transition from working, I was working for years. You know what I'm saying? And it got into like little management positions as far as like, you know, a little dairy manager and handling receiving for the store. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all might not know what I'm talking about and all of that, but it's all good. Some of y'all do that are in the industry. But anyway, so I was deep into the retail, you know what I'm saying? Because I started as a kid, you know what I'm saying? That was my first, you know, job, you know, as a teenager and shit like that. Okay. And then, so, long story short, the store I was working for went out of business and they offered me a different position at another store. You dig what I'm saying? And I was like, nah, you don't have my position? You don't have my position, then I'm out of a job. You dig what I'm saying? Because at the time I had already started my auto detailing business. You dig what I'm saying? So I was already doing auto detailing on the side and working for the store. You dig what I'm saying? So then, motherfucking, the store went out of business. They didn't have my position for me. So I just took it as I lost my job and took the unemployment. So I had the unemployment while my business was still brand new and fresh. So that was kind of like just a blessing in disguise. You dig what I'm saying? You know, the universe worked for you, man, if you just run with it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, yeah, man, I got the unemployment and that was a little fight, you know what I'm saying? Because they didn't want to give it to me at first and stuff like that. But, you know what I'm saying, after I let them know, and, you know, after I went through the hoops and all that, you know, they saw that, yeah, I deserved the unemployment because they didn't have my position, you know. Although the whole picture. So anyway, shit, yeah, man. I had unemployment and my business, and that was pretty much the launch of me just spreading my wings and flying on my own. You know what I'm saying? So that unemployment was a little help for the first year. For the first year of the business, you dig what I'm saying? And then by the time it ran out, you know what I'm saying? Then motherfucking, I was flying already. So, you know.
So when did you know? Was it how many clients you had, or was it a certain amount of money you were able to put in the bank, and you knew that, oh, I don't have to go back to work for anybody else. This business thing, this entrepreneurship, this is gonna work.
You never really know like that. You don't know like that. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much a step of faith, and you just gotta take it. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, you know what I'm saying? You just take that step. You don't know it's there, but when your foot land, it's there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So long as you just keep moving and do it, it work out. You know what I'm saying? Doing your own business is not turbulence free. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna go through some little bumps, and you're gonna have to figure it out, make some adjustments to whatever it is that you choose to do. You dig what I'm saying? But it is the thing to do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta start your own business, create jobs, and work for yourself. You dig what I'm saying? It's so very important. But okay, so it's not gonna be turbulence free. They say you just gotta stick it out the first 2 years. Once you get the first 2 years down, then it's rolling. You know what I'm saying? Your business is rolling. So man, buckle down. You know what I'm saying? Make the necessary adjustments, whatever you need to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's always adjustments to be made. So even after the first 2 years, you know what I'm saying? There's things that you're going to need to do in your business to take it to that next level. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever get stuck with what you're doing. But yeah, that's pretty much the story. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all could follow with me there. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I was talking some stuff, but yeah, man, that's the story.
Well, no, we don't worry about. I mean, that's why we do so many interviews and episodes. You know, certain things are going to tap into certain people, and you never know. It might be an L7 square. That's what an L7 is, you guys. Who knows somebody who only can relate to folks who have a different pep in their step. And so it's, with doing business, I'm a consultant, so I can go into a room with anybody and they don't even have to speak the language, but I've really, got to the point of networking. It's just connecting and knowing that you belong. And that's one thing I think about you is you got that energy of it's all love. And if anybody ever steps in your presence, or if they even have the privilege to step in the house and the crib and just the vibe it's just chill. It's just chill vibe. And, Charlie's playlist is off the hook. It'll have you, it'll have you recording stuff like, hey, what song is this? Oh, I haven't heard this forever. Let me put this in my playlist. So it's just real smooth. So the name, all pun intended. Can you talk about, and I've asked you this privately, were you always like this? Because in Seattle, you're a rare breed. It's not another one of you in Seattle. I know you won't take that, he won't just take that, folks, but you're going to see what I'm talking about. But you're a different breed where everybody else seems to be at a pace that they're like uncomfortable with themselves, a lot of people.
Yeah. I could dig it, man. And it's funny you say all of that, man, because Seattle people will tell you that. You know what I'm saying? It's different, man. We on the moon out here, man. It's a different place. You dig what I'm saying? And just the interaction between people is different. You know what I'm saying? In the South, they're famous for Southern hospitality. That's not Seattle.
Oh.
You dig what I'm saying? So I feel what you're saying, man. But I do think it's changing though. Seattle, I want to say at least a couple of years ago was the fastest growing big city. You dig what I'm saying? They're doing you go downtown, man. You see a whole bunch of cranes in the sky. You dig what I'm saying? They're like building up shit. You feel me? And a whole bunch of people has been moving out here and continue to move out here. You dig what I'm saying?
Charlie, Seattle is growing business-wise, this, that, the other. But as far as that Seattle freeze and the coldness and, that's what I'm talking about. That part, I don't see changing much and that's okay. Because every place has its vibe and everybody is needed. That's why you will stand out. In Atlanta, you might just be like, "Oh, this is everybody is on this."
I gotta beg to defer though, just off of the strength that you know what I'm saying. I grew up out here, man, since I was like 2. I'm from Cali originally. You know what I'm saying, LA and shit, LA area, and but I was just there my first 2 years, and then you know what I'm saying, my folks bounced up here. You dig what I'm saying? And I grew up out here. You know what I'm saying? And we always went back, to see fam, because most of my extended fam is still down there, and all of that. So but I lived and grew up out here. You dig what I'm saying? And the thing is, it is changing, or it's been changing. You know what I'm saying? In my view, just off the strength that it's a whole bunch of different people from different places now. You know what I'm saying? A lot. You talk to anybody from Seattle, man, half of them is from somewhere else or more. I don't know. Maybe most of them is from somewhere else nowadays. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it changes the dynamic, and I've noticed that it's not the total freeze it's not the freeze that it was.
Okay. That part, and I won't know. I did 6 years, so I wouldn't know what it was. But I will say for the folks listening, if you are so privileged to go to Seattle, hit Charlie up because he'll show you a different side. Whereas there's, a lot of tours in Seattle you could take. I never took one because I like to get lost in the city myself. But I'm going to add another business to your resume, to the CV, because you could show them a different side and be their photographer and videographer and put a little package together because, there's so much to see in Seattle. And Seattle taught me a whole bunch in business, but the personal aspect, to me, business is personal. If I can't work with my friends, I can't work like, the way I want to work. Chris Rock said it best years ago. He said, I quit because I was working with my friends and then it became like work. And that's not what we're here to spend our time feeling like we're burdened down. I've done all I've done a lot of work. So with that said, with the, if somebody's listening to this and they say, man, he started with the detail shop, and he had some unemployment money. Was there anything else that helped him, elevate? And what type of, supplies did he start with? Because, you got some stuff in your arsenal. You come to the spot ready to work.
As far as any other help, man, I can't leave out the fam. You know what I'm saying? Man, I was blessed, man. I got folks. Man, my parents is still married. You dig what I'm saying? High school sweethearts or something like that, man. So something really uncommon. You dig what I'm saying? Like you don't see that no more. But and me myself, you know what I'm saying? I went my own path. You know what I'm saying? and I, you know what I'm saying, don't really have the same views, but I honor and respect it, and I'm blessed to have them on a foundational level, you know what I'm saying, because they've backed me up many times.
Awesome. I love to hear that story because so many times we hear the craziness of like Hollywood or some entertainers, and you know, it's that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Right, right.
Where for you know the way that you think, and I'll tell you again, I'm gonna add another business. I can see Charlie doing a book. I can see Charlie being a counselor out there, because especially for folks who are depressed out there, he'll flip it. He'll flip it and show you you're going through exactly what you need to be going through. You would promise that the man was a preacher, and he is a preacher. He's just not doing it inside the four walls of the church as you know it, or the mosque as you know it. But that man will preach and not impose his will or tell you to, you know, put the tithe and the offering in. He's doing his purpose. So where does that come from?
Man, that's funny. That's funny. You told me you was gonna hit me with some questions too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, I grew up in the church.
Okay.
I grew up in the church. You know what I'm saying? It was a non-denominational Christian church. You feel me? And so you know that's how I was taught. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you don't do right, man. You don't believe Jesus, man. You going to hell. You know what I'm saying? And all of that. And man, what's funny is the church I was going to, you know, after, you know, I really, you know what I'm saying, spread my wings and was on my own, you know what I'm saying. You know, man, I got married at a young age, you know what I'm saying, and some more shit. So anyway, I was living in a house, you know, with my wife and shit, going to church. Nope. Scratch that. We had already divorced. So, okay, so boom. I had a wife, y'all that we got divorced. And then I had some babies out of wedlock. You dig what I'm saying? And then you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I was going to this church, and this was this point in time in my life. And the pastor's wife said something to me. She said like a little prophecy, and was saying I'm gonna be a pastor.
Mm.
And you know what I'm saying? Man, that was so far-fetched in my eyes at that time. You dig what I'm saying? I'm like, man, okay. You know what I'm saying? And so, but now, you know what I'm saying? Fast forward years, this is years later, man. Rest in peace, man. To the pastor's wife, man, and the pastor from that church, man, because they both moved on and everything. But now, I think, man, I'm somewhat of a pastor right now. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, you know what I'm saying? Man, I'm really just a student. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But a true teacher is a student. And a student is a teacher. You know what I'm saying? Because he done learn some shit. You feel me? But really, I'm just a student, man. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like with my friends, you know what I'm saying? My colleagues and shit, you know what I'm saying? We be kicking game and bouncing, you know what I'm saying? Game off, you know, with each other and everything like that. And you know, I feel somewhat like a pastor just because, man, and not on no ego, nothing like that, man. But I don't know, man. I've always been told I'm an old soul. You know what I'm saying? So I guess kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? I just see some things resonate with me, and I see things a certain way that I don't know, man. I think
it's unique. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say it for you because even in private, when I'll say something, Charlie be like, "But you know, that's in all of us," and you know, it comes out where if you told me tomorrow, you know what, I'm gonna start preaching. I'm not gonna be shocked. Like, yeah, I get it. I get it. You know, and people will say, "Hey, man, he's preaching, but I see him, you know, smoking." Well, I see him smoking in the Vatican too. You know, I see that. Oh, but what about his language? If you think language stops somebody from teaching a flock, then you haven't been around enough pastors. Because I know some with, you know, second families, and you tied to them, you know, often. You know, I don't want to go deeper into that because everybody has something, and even the scriptures. I don't care any scripture to tell you nobody will ever hit perfection, which every day you work at whatever that is to you based on what beliefs. You know, and some of us say, man, I'm just supposed to be doing this. You know, it's murderers who say, I'm supposed to be murdering. This is how I was made. And it's like, nah, it's rapists. I'm supposed to be raping. And it's like, nah, I kind of want the murderers to meet the rapists. But that's me saying that, not Charlie. You know, but I find that, you know, what you do, I can relate in doing multiple things. And I know that if you took a personality test, it would start with an E, you know, probably EN, and then wherever it goes, because people who have that skill and talent, that's usually what they are. What are things that you find that you need to work on when you're just sitting by yourself?
what I need to work on.
Yeah.
I had to answer. I had to stop myself real quick. I had to answer for you. I had to stop myself real quick because people wouldn't really understand it.
They don't have to. It's your explanation, not what they understand. It's me asking. If only I listen to it and hear it, that's good enough. We don't do this for views, likes, or anything else. We do this for understanding.
Yeah, man. What I was thinking, man, was I ain't really got to work on nothing.
Okay.
It's not work to be done. The only thing that it really is awareness of what it really is. You dig what I'm saying? So, because eternity has been eternity, is eternity, and it will always be eternity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, this play that we're going through, this game that we're going through, it's not really what you do. I mean, because we're human beings. You know what I'm saying? It's just being. You feel me? So it's really just having the awareness that you are awareness and letting go of the other strings that we've been conditioned into.
Okay. So you mean ups, downs, and all that. This is the journey, and it's just, you know, if you didn't go through that part, you wouldn't be who you are. Is kind of where I get.
Well, yes, the journey, but at the same time, there is no journey because time and space isn't what we think it is. You dig what I'm saying? So being that space isn't what we think it is, just like time.
Mm-hmm.
The journey isn't really anything. You are already where you need to be. You just need to let go of what you're not.
Now, can you go and tell that to there's a single mother, maybe single father saying, "Nah, I'm broke, Charlie. I ain't like you. I ain't got all this going. I need something."
Well, you got to let go of what you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you identify yourself as any of that, then that's who you are. You dig what I'm saying? We was talking yesterday on the phone and shit, man, you know, I be thinking about different shit. And I was thinking about it on my job earlier today, doing auto detailing shit. Motherfucking, you know, the world you see, well, the world you see is the way that you see it. So the way you see the world is the world you see. If you see the world a certain way, that's your reality.
Mm-hmm.
In order to change that, you got to look at it different.
I feel you, and that goes into a lot of people here, like, oh, the energy and the people I'm attracting, but you know, there's scriptures to tell you that. In every holy book, because if I say one book, you know, I say the scriptures, people say, well, what about the Quran? There are scriptures and we'll that will tell you that. So I definitely get it. Now, these could be Smoove J-isms that you could write in a book or do on an album, because you do music too.
Yeah, you're right. It could be. But the thing is, it's just the ism. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Because Smoove J and all of that, you know, it's just play. It's the game of life. That was actually the title of the first album that I dropped. You know what I'm saying? The game of life with a couple of my player partners, man. We named the group the most valuable players. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And shit, dropped that when I was 18 and shit. That was a little minute ago. But you know what I'm saying? All it, you know what I'm saying? As far as the individuals and the personalities and the persons and all of that, that's not really what it is. It's the science behind it. That's what it is. That's why you can't even trip on none of these people. You don't trip on me, whatever shortcomings I may have as far as what I would, if I'm not there yet, as far as you know what I'm saying, that goes egotistically, the ego speaking, you know what I'm saying? It's not the person. You can learn from everybody and everything, and you should be learning from everybody and everything, because everything is happening for your benefit, because you're the center of the universe. You dig what I'm saying? So, and not the ego though.
Yeah.
You know
No,
what I'm
I
saying?
want them to marinate on that, because if you just stop the interview right now and thought about what he just said, not the ego, but the center. Because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else properly. And just think about that. And again, I cannot give him a game overload, Charlie. So, you know, we can do this over and over. But I do want to ask you, what is your community give back that you are doing or that you want to do in the future?
My community, man, and you gotta give. It's so much more blessed to give than to receive. Because when you can give, That means you got it.
Mm-hmm.
You got it to give. You got to have something to give to be able to give something. You dig what I'm saying? So the giving, man, I try to give at every opportunity I have, man. And I've been giving, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's not even, like I said, man, you can't never get caught up in don't get caught up in the ego. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that to toot my horn. I'm answering the question, you feel me? But you gotta give, man. You gotta give, man. And so I'm giving right now. I've been giving. We've had the Feed the Kids Foundation. You know what I'm saying? Sav Lab. You know what I'm saying? Sav Lab is a media is my media company. I didn't mention that. I got the media company. We do videos. You know what I'm saying? And some of that. We do a lot of artist interviews, and we're just doing it. We're giving the service and the platform for the people, to the people, for the people. You know what I'm saying? From the people. You know what I'm saying? And so pretty much that's that. You know, we've been doing that. For the future, like I said, I got the nonprofit foundation that I'm starting. It's called Sound Vision, and the Sound Vision Foundation. And that's going to be jumping off before the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? A nonprofit 501c3. So you can donate to it, and it will be a tax write-off for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to have to do with everything audio visual, you know what I'm saying? Everything that I do, you know what I'm saying? Because that's my passion, you know what I'm saying? That's what I love to do, the audio visual. So that's going to be an opportunity to give back and train them and show them how they can do it themselves, you know what I'm saying? So you can learn these skills. And be able to produce videos and, you know, anything audio visual. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole long list. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. And I want everybody to go, you know, Google, type in Madflix 206 and see the art, see the projects, custom made. I mean, Charlie's one of those people where you just got to see it to believe it, to say, man, this guy, he's going to make PPE in his house, you know, right before, you know, COVID. And just because it's part of what you were already, it's like if this was a movie, you know, how you see those angels and they stop somebody from getting hit, and that would be Charlie. Like, I'm going to start preparing and making these things because I have an interest in it, where a lot of us have interest, but we don't always, you know, tap into everything because there'll be that other person on the shoulder saying, no, you can't do all that. Charlie doesn't have that. That's refreshing. And to put a system together so it can all work within, you know, your circle. And remember, Charlie told you, you are the center of that circle without having all the ego of me, because he's definitely a humble dude. Definitely, I want people to tune in, but I don't want to give them a game overload because there may be a new hot topic and we might just do this again. And I want them to check it out. I know most of you listen on Apple Podcasts, and that's cool. Team Apple, that's all good. But if you do, type in to Anchor Ever, send a message, ask questions, hit Charlie up. All his links will be in the description. We're going to take this offline, people.